Something's going to touch your soul this week, and you're not prepared for what's coming. Have you ever felt insomnia for no reason? Are the same numbers repeated? Do you hear calls that no one else hears? A revelation is about to manifest. Dolores Cannon spoke of this type of activation, vibrational codes that awaken hidden memories. This message is one of them. You asked for it without knowing it, and the portal will open in less than 72 hours. Are you ready to remember who you really are? Have you been waking up at odd hours, Taurus? Have your dreams grown louder, but no one around you seems to notice? Have you caught yourself staring into nothing, feeling as though something or someone is watching you from a place just beyond reason? These are not coincidences. They are echoes of a shift that's already begun. And in exactly 72 hours, the veil will thin, not just for the world, but especially for you. Before we move any further, take a sacred pause. If these words already echo something deep inside you, subscribe now and leave a comment below with what you're feeling. This isn't just a video, it's an activation. The moment you engage, you signal the universe, I am ready. And sometimes that's all it takes to unlock the next door. Right now, the universe is spinning its wheel with uncommon velocity for your sign. And in the stillness between moments, something ancient is trying to reach you, but it won't scream, it won't break your door, it will knock with the softest sound, and only those who feel, not just hear, will be able to answer. A turning point is unfolding around you, Taurus, subtle in the material world, yet seismic in the realm of energy. The first energetic frequency descending upon you is the wheel of fate itself, but not as a card, as a force, as a living current that dissolves all that no longer resonates with your higher path. You're being asked to release a version of yourself that was built for survival, not fulfillment. And in its place, a new self is being whispered into being. But here's the twist. This transformation is not entirely yours to control. It's not about manifesting your desires. It's about surrendering to what your soul actually signed up for before this lifetime even began. That's why you're feeling a pull towards stillness, silence, and solitude, because spirit needs space to speak. In the center of your energetic field, a flicker has been ignited. This was confirmed by the arrival of the sun, not just in your astrological chart, but as a beacon of inner revelation. What once felt unclear is being illuminated in strange ways. Old memories resurface. Strangers say the exact words you needed. Electronic glitches coincide with emotional spikes. These aren't accidents, they are keys. And you, Taurus, have been chosen to turn the lock, but you cannot receive what's coming with the hands of your past. Something, or someone, will reach out to you in the next 72 hours, and the nature of this connection will shake your emotional foundation. The mysterious call. Yes, it's real, and yes, it's coming. Not just a phone call, but a calling. A vibrational message from beyond the mundane, and it won't be loud. It might come in a dream, a random message, or a memory you haven't touched in years. When it arrives, you'll know. Your body will respond with goosebumps, tears, or a trembling of the heart. This is your activation, Taurus. It's been encoded in your soul's blueprint, and to receive it fully, there is only one thing you must do: forgive. Not as a performance, not for others, but as a sacred release of the chains that kept you bound to an outdated narrative of pain, betrayal, or loss. Forgive the one who left. Forgive the silence that followed. Forgive the version of yourself that stayed small so others could remain comfortable, because the magician is rising within you now. He comes not just to create, but to reveal what you forgot you were capable of. Alchemy, not just turning pain into power, but turning waiting into divine preparation. And the sign of his arrival, that unexpected message, that emotional moment, that coincidence you can't explain. When it happens, do not panic. It is the sign that your soul has begun to remember. Taurus, your journey is entering a chapter where nothing familiar will feel the same. But that's not a loss, it's a resurrection. And now, Here is your divine decree for this sacred crossing. Let this be the moment your energy aligns with the destiny that's been waiting. Let your words become the vibration that guides the cosmic river in your favor. Write it, feel it, and know the portal is already listening. Taurus, do you truly believe that miracles can happen to you, not just to others, not just in books, but to you, in your home, in your body, in your name? Have you ever dared to imagine that the universe might be conspiring, not against you, but in sacred favor of your rise? Because what you are about to walk through is not just a shift, it's a divine examination of your willingness to receive. What if the delay wasn't denial, but divine orchestration? What if your pain was a language your soul had to learn so it could understand the magnitude of what's next? The next 48 hours will test your alignment, not because the universe is cruel, but because it's generous beyond what your human mind can yet contain. And when something sacred is about to be delivered, the vessel must be cleansed. Which brings us to what is unfolding in your field right now. A re-encounter with someone or something you believed was lost. The Five of Cups reversed has entered your energetic sphere, and with it comes the return of a forgotten blessing. This could take many forms. An opportunity that fell through now returns with better terms. A relationship that ended now re-emerges with truth. A project that was abandoned now calls for resurrection. But here's what the cards whispered with almost unbearable clarity. You must not resist the return, even if it triggers you, even if it reminds you of what hurt. Because what's returning is no longer what it once was. It has been purified, just like you. Still, one blockage remains, and it's not external. The cards showed a shadow lodged within your self-worth. Do you truly believe you're worthy of what you're asking for, Taurus? Do you really think that joy, abundance, and peace can be yours, without sacrifice, without punishment? Because unless you reclaim your value, abundance will come knocking and find the door unanswered. The Nine of Pentacles has appeared, shining like a golden mirror, reflecting everything you already are, but have yet to fully embody. Your peace is not a reward, it is your default. But to return to it, you must clear what never belonged. So here is your task in the next 2 days. Forgive. Again. Yes, we spoke of this in part 1, but now the invitation goes deeper. Now you are asked to forgive yourself for every time you settled, for every dream you silenced, for every truth you swallowed. You see, forgiveness isn't a gift you give the past. It's a portal you open to the future. And as you open it, the judgment card arrives. Glorious, uncompromising, liberating. It announces you are no longer who you were. You are no longer required to carry the karmic weight of those who refused to heal. Your freedom has been authorized. But Taurus, before we move into that promised abundance, there is one last soul knocking. Someone close to you is about to ask for your compassion, not necessarily in words. Sometimes the request comes through illness, silence, or presence. The question is, will you answer from your past or from your healed future? Because this choice, this response, will not only define the next chapter, it will echo for the next 7 years. Choose wisely. Choose from truth, not fear. As we close part 2 of your journey, feel the shifting beneath your feet. Do not resist the tremor. It is the earth aligning with your new timeline. What has been kept from you is now being returned, not because you begged, but because you became ready. Breathe. Your family line is being touched. Old wounds are healing, new patterns are anchoring, and abundance is gathering, waiting for your next word, your next step, your next act of courage. Taurus, you are not being asked to wait. You are being asked to prepare. Taurus, what if I told you that your future is not fixed? That right now, in this very moment, 2 parallel realities are forming, each born from a single decision that only you can make. This is not metaphor. The Lover's card has arrived, not as a symbol of romance, but of divine crossroad. Two paths are before you. One will feel safe, familiar, predictable. The other, wild, expansive, uncertain, yet alive with spiritual fire. And here's the paradox. Your soul didn't come here for safety. It came to expand, to stretch into the unknown, to remember its own light in the absence of certainty. So, Taurus, the question stands like a sacred mirror. Will you choose comfort or alignment? Because the Five of Pentacles, inverted, showed itself like a whisper through the veil, a signal that what once felt like abandonment was, in fact, redirection. You were never locked out. You were being rerouted toward the door that was truly yours. Still, something in you fears choosing wrong, the wound of failure, the memory of loss. It lingers, doesn't it? Let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you trusted that every fall was actually a recalibration toward your highest path? What if the discomfort was a compass, not a punishment? In the next 10 days, a moment will arrive. It won't look grand. It might be a conversation, a message, a change of plan. But in that subtle moment, your future timeline will hinge. Will you follow the logic of your mind or the whisper of your soul? Because that whisper is not random. It's guided by the Ace of Swords, your divine sword of clarity, and it's slicing through illusion now, offering you a glimpse beyond the fog. Don't be surprised if you begin to see through people more easily. Truths will rise without you asking. Masks will fall in the most casual of interactions. This is your spiritual radar activating. Do not ignore it. But here's where it gets deeper. The energy of inheritance has entered your field. Yes, part of it is material, resources, money, property. But the greater inheritance is this, a spiritual gift, passed down through your bloodline, dormant until you are ready to carry it. Your ancestors have been watching. They have waited generations for someone in your lineage to rise, to reclaim the forgotten power. If you've made it this far, it's because your soul recognizes this truth. Let the universe know you're listening. Subscribe and leave a comment with what's resonating most with you so far. This journey isn't meant to be walked alone. Your voice matters in this awakening. You've been receiving quietly. Now it's time to respond. And now the Ten of Pentacles confirms that someone is you. It may manifest as sudden intuition, an urge to paint, to write, to lead, to speak. You may feel energy in your hands or see visions in your dreams. Don't dismiss them. They are not figments, they are remembrances. A legacy is trying to awaken through your body, not for your ego, but for your mission. And this mission will not come fully formed. It will come piece by piece, each revealed through acts of yes. So, what are you willing to say yes to? Even now, as you read this, your energy is shifting. Your body may feel heavy or buzzing. You might feel chills or pressure behind your eyes. That's alignment happening in real time. Let it move through you. The world you've known is ending, but only so the one you were meant for can begin. Let go, lean in. This is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. Now breathe, Taurus. Can you feel it? The tightening around old connections, the tension in spaces that once felt safe. It's not your imagination. It's the universe gently, and sometimes fiercely, untangling you from what no longer serves your soul. You've been shifting. Your vibration is rising, and as it rises, anything or anyone not aligned with this new frequency will begin to fall away. This is not punishment, it's protection. But the pain is real, isn't it? How do you release someone you once prayed for? How do you walk away from a version of your life you built with love, even if it's now cracking at the seams? Let me tell you something sacred. The tower has appeared in your field, and it is not a curse. It is a blessing disguised as collapse. You are not losing anything meant for your next chapter, only what was meant to teach, to refine, to awaken. The energy of divine demolition is clearing space for something far greater, something your old life could not contain. But here's the part many avoid. Some of your relationships were rooted in your wounded self. They were forged in survival, built on versions of you that no longer exist. As you evolve, those contracts dissolve. Let it. Grieve if you must. But do not chase what your soul has outgrown, because the Seven of Swords reversed has revealed something crucial. There is someone in your orbit whose intentions were never clean, not overtly harmful, but subtly undermining. Someone who speaks peace but carries envy, who smiles but siphons your light when you're not looking. You know who this is. You've felt it. You've sensed the heaviness in their presence. You've second-guessed your intuition. Don't. The veil is lifting. And now justice, not human but spiritual, is realigning your energy. This person may try to re-enter, to apologize, to explain, but your response will define your frequency moving forward. Will you hold the door open out of guilt or close it with grace out of sovereignty? Because what comes next requires clean space, and there's more. Your lineage is rejoicing. A karmic cycle, one that began generations before you, is finally closing, and it's closing through you. The energy of the ancestors is moving now, not just to heal your past, but to awaken what was dormant in your blood, a gift, a talent, a purpose. The Ten of Pentacles appeared again, this time pulsing with the energy of inheritance. Not a material one, but a spiritual mantle. You are the first in your family to break the pattern. You are the one they've been waiting for, and as you release what no longer resonates, you make room for what has always been yours. You may start to notice unusual synchronicities, songs that repeat, dreams with the same symbols, objects moving, whispers just as you're falling asleep. Don't ignore them. These are your guides. These are confirmations. This is activation. Now listen closely. In the next 14 days, you will be invited into a space, physical or digital, where your presence will shift the entire atmosphere. This will not be by accident. The conversation that begins there will unlock a financial blessing. Why you? Because you are the vessel. You've been tempered by fire. You've walked through silence. You've bled in private and smiled in public. You've earned this. But remember this truth. Not everyone can follow you into the light. Not because they are bad, but because your destiny requires space, stillness, sacred protection. As this phase ends, a celebration nears. The Four of Wands is dancing at the edge of your aura, a reunion, a recognition, a moment of joy long delayed. You will be the center, not because you demanded it, but because your light will be undeniable. Let this be your vow, to no longer dim, to no longer shrink, to no longer explain your evolution to those committed to misunderstanding it. Taurus, the final part of this revelation is near, and with it comes the key that will unlock everything. Taurus, you've walked through fire. You've faced the unknown. You've stood still as your old self shattered in silence, and still you remained. And now, as you stand at the edge of this sacred passage, a final truth awaits. You were never being tested. You were being forged. All that you endured was not to break you, but to build the strength required to carry what's coming next. And what's coming is nothing short of divine reward. The Ace of Pentacles has emerged as your final card, but more than that, it is your new reality. This is not potential. This is permission. Permission to rise, to lead, to receive, to become what your soul whispered in your childhood and the world told you to forget. You see, Taurus, the world is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for presence, your voice, your grounded truth. And now the Empress rises in your chart, not only to bless you, but to remind you. Everything you touch now has the power to flourish. Every seed you plant will sprout tenfold. Every idea you've been sitting on, it's time. But here's where most falter. They wait for a sign that it's safe to act, and in doing so they miss the door already swinging open. Let this be your confirmation. It is safe. It is time. The way is clear. In the next 3 weeks, you will receive 3 signs. They will come in this order. 1. A dream that feels more real than waking life. Pay attention to who appears, what they say, what object or symbol is placed in your hands. 2. A repeating number that follows you for days, perhaps 4444, 911, 1010. This is a code, a frequency, not just a coincidence. Write it down. Say, I am listening. 3. A person from the past will mention your name in a room you're not in, and from that moment, a chain of abundance will be set in motion in your favor. But here's the hidden truth. Abundance will not arrive through force. It will come through resonance. You don't need to chase what's yours. You only need to match its frequency. And how do you do that? Through joy, through rest, through radical honesty, through surrounding yourself only with those who speak your language, even if it's silence. Taurus, in the next 21 days, a figure of influence will recognize your light. This will not be a coincidence. Your energy has reached them before your words did. This could be a career breakthrough, a public opportunity, a partnership of divine alignment. Whatever form it takes, remember, this is the fruit of every unseen effort, every moment you stayed soft when life hardened you, every quiet prayer, every time you held space for others while secretly needing it for yourself. You are not being lucky, you are being seen. And here, in this final moment of our journey, the Two of Swords whispers again, a final decision is coming, one that may not be obvious, one that splits comfort from calling. Pause, breathe, do not rush it. The answer will arrive not in your mind, but in that sacred space between sleep and waking. Your intuition will speak when your mind is silent. Trust it. You are no longer who you were, and you are not yet who you will become. But this space between is sacred. It is the womb of creation, the breath before the song, the silence before the miracle. Let it hold you. And now, my dear Taurus, as we seal this prophecy, I invite you to leave your mark on the cosmic fabric. A decree, a vibration, a declaration that your soul is ready. Let this be the final chord that opens every door. And remember, you were never waiting for the universe to deliver. The universe was waiting for you to arrive. Your portal is open. Your name has been called. Walk through. If this message touched something sacred in you, don't let it fade into the scroll. Subscribe now and leave your decree in the comments. Let the universe hear your voice, feel your readiness, witness your power. This is not the end. This is the moment your energy begins to move the unseen. Your light is remembered, and it's time the world sees it too.